Hi and welcome to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan. Today we're talking all about alignment. And I'm going to show you a three-stage process to ensure you get perfect alignment out on the golf course. So thank you for joining me here at the Forest of Arden. And as we said at the start there, we're going to show you three things that you can do out on the golf course which is going to help you with your alignment. So when I take a client on the course, there's a few things that tend to crop up as being quite common faults or mistakes that people fall into. And unfortunately, poor aim is definitely one of those. Now, it will probably be that if you're struggling with your aim, you will have a tendency. You'll be aiming either to the right or to the left. And we tend to see this through the amateur golfers. Very rarely will you see a golfer aim 20 yards right on the one shot, 20 yards left on the next shot. You'll tend to find that you favour one side or the other. Me, for example, I will generally tend to fall into a left alignment. Now, we're going to show you in this video three things that you can do to ensure you aim perfectly at your target. Little just disclaimer here, your target for you may not always be the flag. If you've got a little bit of a indifference in your golf swing, maybe your path isn't quite right, you might benefit from aiming slightly away from your target. Obviously the target in this case is the flag in the middle of this 15th par 3. But we're going to go through those things which are going to help you aim at the target that you choose. So tip number one, the first thing I would like you to do is pick what we call an intermediate target. So let's say I was going to take a dead aim at this flag in the middle of the green. And for this particular shot, that is pretty much what I would aim at. Because that flag is in the middle of the green, I'm not really going to get any benefit from aiming slightly right or slightly left. So once I've got my target, my first job would be to pick an intermediate target. An intermediate target would be something that's on the ground on a direct line to the target I'm trying to hit towards. So for me, there's actually a tiny little stone here, which is directly on my ball to target line. Your target might be a divot, it might be a leaf, it might be a broken tee bag if you're on a par 3. But we're trying to get you to establish something that is on your ball to target line. That is number one. So as you can imagine, that's going to be starting from directly behind your golf ball here. Once I've got my intermediate target, your second tip is to ensure that you walk in and aim at that target, but I want your body alignment to go from open to closed. So if we said this was perfect alignment, we would generally say this would be open and this would be closed. So if you watch as I set myself up to this golf ball, so I've got my intermediate target and I'm going to go from open to closed. So as I walk in, you can see how my body is very, very open. And then I move it more towards this kind of closed or neutral position. So my body was very much open as I set the golf club in, aiming at my intermediate target. And then I matched my body to that. Let me show you an example of what I tend to see quite commonly. The golfer might well start here. They've got their intermediate target, but they walk in from the side, and even before they've kind of got the club in, they've already got their body shut this way. So then they kind of shuffle around, and it was far too closed, far too soon. If you watch the best golfers, you'll often see them. I mean, Sergio, for example, is a great example of this. You'll see Sergio standing with his body very open, taking a lot of time over setting the golf club towards his target, towards his intermediate target, and then he will build his setup around that. So tip number two would be to aim the golf club whilst the body is open and then line everything up towards that intermediate target. So let me just show you again what that would look like, and you can just see my body alignment. So I've got my intermediate target, and as I walk in, I'm more open, and then I'm setting my body to that. So once we've done those first 2 points, we should be pretty good in our alignment. Because we've got our intermediate target, our process was pretty good. But the third point is really just how you check your alignment. If we were to look at what we'd class as perfect alignment, where our body will be parallel to our target line. When we talk about our body being parallel, we're talking about our toes, our knees, our hips, our shoulders, all those kind of things. But the other thing would be your eyes. Your eyes should also be parallel to that ball to target line. And certainly if we see a golfer who's got any sort of head tilts like this, they often struggle with alignment. So hopefully your eyes are going to be parallel to your body line. Now, when I've got myself set up, if I am that golfer who confirms my aim, like this, my eyes are now horizontal. They're not parallel to my body. So I could well be aiming off to the right, but if I look at the target by standing up and rotating, it really doesn't give me any guide as to where my body or what my body aim was like. So one of your looks at the target, doesn't have to be all of your looks, but one of your looks should be a head rotation, which takes your eyes directly up the line that they're on. So once I got myself set up here, and I've got my intermediate target, and I've got myself set up, one of my looks should be a head rotation, because that rotation will take my eyes directly along the line that they're set on. Then if I aim slightly right, and I make that head rotation, straight away I'm seeing the bunker on the right hand side. Whereas, like I said a moment ago, if I stand up and turn, I just generally see the direction I'm trying to go in. That doesn't give me much of an indication as to where my body is aimed. So if I was to set myself up going through that full process, I start behind and I pick my intermediate target, which is down on the ground, around about 3 to 4 feet in front of me. Once I walk in, I'm going to be open with the body, aiming the club face first, and then building my stance around that. Once I've done that, one of my looks will be a head rotation. That confirms where I'm aiming, and I'm confident that I'm aiming correctly now. Once I've done that, then if I want to raise my head up and move my eyes towards a more horizontal position, that's absolutely fine. But by that point, I've already got myself set up, aligned correctly, I've confirmed it, and I'm really just looking to visualize the shot, just to focus in on my target. So 3 stages, and if done correctly and if practiced, so that's going to be practice area drive range, it won't take a lot of time to do that. So this isn't going to hold up play. It's not going to be something that your playing partners are going to stop moaning at you because you're taking forever on the golf course. It doesn't take too long. Let me just do that once more, and then they're going to hit this shot. Obviously, sprinkler's still going ahead on the green, but just go ahead and see how long this takes me. Starting from here, pick my intermediate target, walk in, body open, aim the club, get my stance, confirm with the eyes, and then I'm good to go. Okay, and I've hit that pretty good. It's short of the green. I did that intentionally because they are watering the greens. The greenkeepers are up there, but that was pretty much on line. Had I hit that with full speed, that would have gone on the green and given myself a birdie putt. So 3 steps to perfect alignment. But just remember, perfect alignment is not always at the target. Perfect alignment will be specific to you. But many of the golfers watching this will benefit from aiming directly at either the fairway or the green. So thank you very much for watching. Really hope that helps you next time you get out on the golf course. Usual stuff is down below. Comments box, like button, and over here, click my logo. That will allow you to be a free subscriber of the channel, and it means you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you once again for watching. We'll hopefully see you back here again soon.